Have you ever searched up who the greatest racehorse was? Though this topic is very debatable, much like power scaling, you'd often hear names thrown around like Citation, Man of War, or even Eclipse, but I was interested in Secretariat. Admittedly, Man of War seemed to be more popular on the websites, but I chose Big Red for his personality. He had a big heart. Literally, it was like 2 times bigger than the regular horse. Plus, he had some incredible races, including the greatest race ever run by a thoroughbred racehorse, the Belmont Stakes.
Secretariat is widening now. He is moving like a tremendous machine.
31 lengths. That's the distance he beat the other horses by. So when I saw this, I was wondering, hey, what if Secretariat was an Umamusume? This video isn't official or anything. I didn't even think American Umas even existed for a while. Apparently that's changing soon. I have no idea. I did no research. The goal of this video is to theoretically see what Secretariat might look like if he was an Umamusume. I am admittedly very new to racehorsing, but I do have some experience with character design. But don't worry, I've been designing characters my whole life. Now at the ripe old age of -2, let me show you how I did it. Originally, the design looked a lot different. I was going for more of an American superhero vibe, but it didn't really fit Secretariat. At least, in my opinion. I made a character sheet and lore with it, but it never really worked with the actual horse. This version looked too arrogant and didn't really give off the impression of God's horse. So, I took a step back and threw away the character sheet. I went for a more divine look to Secretariat, but what does divinity look like?
You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.
Then between 2 choices I had to pick. I ended up picking the second option and was on my way to polish up the concept a little. This included referencing things about the horse, like designs usually do in Umamusume. I'm too lazy to show you, so I'll just show you what I did with Secretariat's design. The real-life horse is a chestnut that looks red in certain lightings. To really emphasize this, I made her hair kinda rosy red. The blue and white were originally from the actual Big Red's racewear, and the yellow was an accent color. The pink came in afterwards because I couldn't decide between making the inside of the coat red or white, so I picked the middle color. The star shape on the horse's head became a motif in the design, and I actually really like it. On her right ear is a crown with 3 spikes, indicating her triple crown win. Engraved on the left side of the crown is a 3, and the other is 1. 31, in reference to her win in the Belmont Stakes. Because she's a 9th American Triple Crown winner, there are 9 stars on the draping cloth in the middle here. The pattern trim on her outer coat counts up to 16 in this specific angle, representing the amount of races she's won. Some of you may notice she's not wearing any shoes. This was intentional, and totally not because I was lazy. There's actually a reason for this. It's actually kind of to show her power in a way. Like, she doesn't really need them, but I'll get into that after. There's this heart design on her giant chest to reference Big Red's big heart, and in reference to his big chest. 3 of her limbs are covered up, while her right arm is open, referencing the 3 white socks here. Finally, there's a small gold coin nestled in the rope here. This is in reference to the fact that Secretariat was conceived partially thanks to a coin toss. Speaking of rope, one of my boys suggested the rope in the design. Shout out to him. And that's most of the design. Let's see what my buddies think.
Who's my good little kitten?
I am.
Did I do a good job? Personally, I really don't think so. Originally, the colors were supposed to be just blue and white, but that's a bit difficult to see that now. References to the actual horses are a bit difficult to tell and rely on the angle. She looks like a monk, not really the vibe I was going for. Her bare feet feel contradictory to Umamusume. Their identity is part of their footwear, or their footwear is kind of part of their identity, you know? I could have added a sandal or something. Finally, her silhouette isn't really unique to other Umamusume. She kind of looks like Maruzensky, but it's not too bad. Visually, it still looks striking. You can still kind of get that kind nature Big Red exudes. On second up, the first design might have fit Secretariat a bit more, mostly because it looks American. It also looks similar to that one quote someone described Secretariat. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna go do stuff now. Bye.